Hello, I would like to show you today our platform, what it is that we do. And to start things off, I want to share three things. So, one of them is that it is a PRM platform. What that means is that both your team and the partners team have access to the platform. Both sides can transparently see what's happening with their leads, with the collaboration, and can work together in this platform. Secondly, it is a SaaS platform, meaning that we take care of the hosting, updates, maintenance, everything like that. And we actually have a promise to our customers that we will be delivering at least one new feature per month. And the average so far has been 2.2, so we're growing quite fast. The third element worth mentioning is that the whole system, even though I'm going to show you a lot of features, is very highly configurable towards your needs. And you can, for example, the best example of this is actually the modularity of the platform. So Partnerplace is built of different modules that you have available, and three of them are available in the free version. This is the lead management and partners management and notification center. These things are always included in our platform. And then everything else which we have is something we call add-on modules, which depending on the tier, you will be able to select three or six or all of them so that they fit whatever your company needs. And to just quickly guide through what's possible in the platform, I'll kind of hint at what's possible with the add-on modules. The public module generates a public directory of partners, and you are able to showcase them on your website. Integrations tab gives you APIs and webhooks that allow you to both send and receive data to, for example, a CRM system. And we also include a plug and play HubSpot integration, two ways HubSpot integration, which allows you to send leads to HubSpot and receive leads back from HubSpot. We have a commission management tab, which even in the free version, you have a basic commission management option. But with this advanced version, you will be able to, like, the system will tell you that this month you should pay this partner for this lead, for this amount. Everything, even the free version, it's fully customizable in terms of branding. So you can change the colors, the logo, the fonts, and so on. But in the paid version, you can also make it white label, which means that instead of logging in at app.partnerplace.io, you would be logging it at something like partners.domain.com. And you would also be able to send emails from your own domain. You have the option to share files and folders with your partners. You are able to mass communicate with them. You have tasks and onboarding sequences, reports, and a partner discovery feature, which sets us apart a little bit and basically allows you to find potential partners for your organization based on the ICP and IPP fit of your company. So let's go into the platform. And before I actually show you how specifically you would use the platform for yourself, I want to show you two things in terms of the configuration. And the whole configuration of the platform typically takes a 1 hour call. We connect with you, we help you set it up. And there are a few things that you need to configure in the platform, but I'll show you two of these elements just to kind of explain how the system works later on. First one is partner types. And here you can define what kind of partners do you have. So you can see here example strategic partners, integration partners, prospects, and you can have things like referrals, resellers. You can basically name them anything you want. You create one or more of these types, and to each of them you can assign multiple tiers. So these tiers again can be named anything, but think of them as tiers that have different commission structures. So level 1, level 2, or bronze, silver, gold, for example. You can assign a color to them, and you can assign a commission to them. This is the default commission that this tier would receive. And the way the commission is built is either you have a one-time fee, so in this case $500 for a lead that's one, or more commonly something like for the first 12 months we will pay you 10% of every invoice from this customer. Then for the next 12 months we will pay you 5%, and then forever after, so for 99 years, we will pay you 3%. The most typical example, to be honest, is this one. So you don't pay a one-time fee, you just pay 10% for some period of time. You need to make sure that you add a commission name and you can save it. Very importantly, we are right now defining a default for this specific tier, but you can always change the commission per partner because they've negotiated a different deal with you, or actually per lead because you might have a lead that's much higher in value, or you might have a lead that doesn't require a commission at all. Secondly, in terms of configuration, you have the lead forms. And here you get to define forms of data that you want to collect from your partners when they're submitting leads. So if you click here, you can see that we've defined certain fields that you want to collect. In this case, we are collecting challenges, authority, money, and priority. And you can see that we have single select options, multiple select options, long descriptions, rich text, and stuff like that. You can actually even request files from the partners. And here you are creating a form that your partners would use to submit leads into the system. Very importantly, you can create multiple forms, so you can actually assign them to different partners. So for example, tech partners can have a different set of questions than your integration partners. And secondly, if you switch on this toggle, you will the partners will be able to use this form publicly without actually having to log in to Partnerplace to submit a lead. So they can bookmark it, or they can actually share it with a customer. Now, moving on to actually how the system works. First, you have the partner list. And generally, most of the screens that you will see are things that both you and the partners have access to, and both sides can actually see this. This is an exception to the rule. This is the only screen that your team has access to, while the partners don't even have this tab. And here you have a list of all of your partners. You can see that they are assigned to different partner managers. They have different types, tiers. You can have basic information about their partnership. And also you can see that they have different statuses. So they can be new, active, deactivated, and so on. Now, there is a very important field which I want to share with you, which is the last updated one. And this basically tells you when did you last communicate or collaborate with that partner. And because of this field, you can actually find the partners that you did not speak to for 30 days or for a longer period of time, and you can then contact them to make sure that no partner is getting left out. Now, we have filters, we have a search here at the top, which becomes very useful when you have a larger number of partners. We also have the same for the leads, which is very commonly used. But it's important to know how to get partners into the system. So you have three ways. Either you get to invite them, and you are basically inviting a single partner into the system. They will receive a registration link. Or you can add a public registration link to your website so that they can sign up through your website to become a partner. And the third option is to actually mass upload them. And with the mass upload, what you can do is you can actually import multiple different partners at once, and you can also import leads which include historical leads, because you can define when was the creation date of that lead, so that when your partner logs into Partnerplace, they already see all the historical leads that they had previously with you, even when they're using an Excel file or your CRM. Now, each of the partners, if you click on a partner, you are going to see a dashboard. This is the main screen that the partners would see when they log into the platform. And they have a bit of different pieces of information here. First of all, they have a general overview of their partnership. So who is their partner manager, what's the partner type, partner tier, what's their status, and so on. They have a summary of their leads, what's happening with the leads that they provided you in the system. They can invite up to 25 different users of different roles. So they could have an owner, marketing, sales, financial, development, and so on. They can also upload a lot of information about the company, which you as a tenant will also see. And this information can include anything from a description of their company, screenshots, logos, offices, the technologies they use, the services they provide, and everything similar to that. Depending on the modules that you have, you also have some additional tabs. So you, for example, could allow them to access certain folders and files within the system. You could provide them with tasks and onboarding sequences, but there is an important element here which is called a timeline. And the timeline allows you to actually communicate with the partner or send files to the partner, and the partner can do the same. So they can actually talk to you within the platform. Now, it's important to know that apart from sending them a direct message, anytime you would change anything at the top, so for example, you would change their partner type, they would add a lead, the lead would change status, anything like that, it will automatically be recorded by the system, and you will see who changed what in what type. This gives you a full transparent overview of the whole collaboration with the partner. And there are two small differences between what you see and what the partners see. you have one additional option, which is the internal note here, which means that you can create or hide from a partner certain messages if you don't want them to see it in their timeline. Where you have this new feature request, the partner will actually see the email and the phone number of the partner manager that's assigned to them, so that they can know who to contact directly. Now, the partner has this add lead option, and they can do it here in the platform. They can do it publicly from their public submission link, but all of these leads will go into the lead list. And within the lead list, this is a screen that both you and the partners have access to, but you also have the situation where you see, as the tenant, all of the leads from all of the partners, while they only see the leads that are assigned to them. And you can see here a few things. So we have configuration, we have the search engine, such as on the partner list. You can see here that you have these two different colors here. So you have a gray icon and a red icon. This basically tells you whether a lead came from you to the partner or from the partner to you. So we can keep track of both sides of the equation. Also, you can see that the leads have different statuses and stages. I will talk about this in a moment. But you can also see this little icon here. And this basically tells you that the system has identified a potential duplicate of that lead. So a partner has submitted a lead, but the system recognized that there might be a similar lead from another partner in the system. So before you accept it, you need to figure out if you actually should do it. And you have a good example here, because this lead is called Folios with an S at the end. And if you click on this, you will see that there are two other leads called Folio without the S. And the system has recognized a similar name or 100% match in terms of the VAT number if you are requesting your partners to provide it. This helps you to basically make sure that you don't ever have to pay commission to two partners. Now, the leads are coming from the partners to you, and they are marked as new, as in this case, as with the Willow lead. If you click on that, you will see the details of that lead. And the details of that lead include the general information, include the data that the partner has provided you within the form. So in this case, challenges, authority, money, and priority. And your role at this stage is to actually look at the lead and say whether you have accepted it, rejected it, or that the lead requires more info, because maybe all the information is there, but you're missing some pieces of contact information or some additional information about the challenges that the partner has. Once it's accepted, the idea is to keep the partner informed about the stage of the lead, and this can either be done manually by changing the stage here, or more typically by a direct integration with your CRM system, for example, HubSpot, where this lead would be created in HubSpot, your sales team would take over. If they were to change the stage of that lead, it would automatically be recorded here, and your partners would have a transparent overview of what's happening with it. Now, again, similar to what we had previously, you can see that there's a timeline, and this timeline works in exactly the same way. So you have a place where you can actually communicate with the partner about a specific lead, and the partner can also respond to it and can send files to you. For example, you can send a specific quote for the partner. You can send them some additional sales materials that might help win that deal. But also the system creates these updates. So anytime lead status changes, anything changes in the lead, it will automatically record the change, and you will have a full transparent overview of how the lead has been changing in time. Now, at some point, you get to estimate the yearly value of this lead. And based on this estimated yearly value and based on the commission that you have here, the system will actually calculate the estimated commission for the partner. And the interesting thing about this is that the partner will be able to see this data even though the lead is not won yet. So you have an example here of a lead that's early, but already the system has calculated the estimated commission. And the idea is that we want to give your partners a small carrot. Basically, think of a situation where they are submitting multiple leads into the system and only one of them closes. That would mean that they only see the value of that lead. But if they are submitting 5 leads, even though they are not won, but they're already seeing how much they can win with your partner program, they might be more incentivized to add more leads into the system. Now, this is the kind of the core feature, and most of what I've shown you, apart from the files and the tasks and the integration, is available in the free version up to 25 partners. Now there is one additional feature which is available in that version, and this is the inbox section. This is something that both you and the partners have. Now here in the inbox section you have a list of different notifications which you and the partners receive, and basically the system serves as your guide. It helps you to figure out whenever something important happens. So for example, you can see here that there is a message to you that this partner has not been contacted for over 6 weeks. Or for example, that this lead has not been updated for a number of weeks. And the system recommends these certain actions. You can mark them then as red and make sure that they don't spam you, make sure that they don't let you already know about this, that something has been done with this. Now, the cool thing about the notifications is that you can actually configure them for both yourself and the partners, and there are multiple different ways or different notifications that you can receive and share. And apart from the basic notifications that you see here, you can also have some gamification elements. So you would receive, and the partners would receive, some notifications like, congratulations, you've just exceeded a certain goal. And this is for you, but you can also define this for the partners, very similarly to what you saw on this side. But also for the partners, you can also create a welcome message. So this means that automatically the partner who would sign up to your platform would receive this message automatically through the system. And this message can include anything like links, images, or embedded videos. And the typical example is to either, hey, thank you for joining. Here is a link to my Calendly to book a meeting with me. Let's discuss how this partnership can work. Or here is a video that explains how our partner program works. Or here is a PDF file that we want you to view and to understand how we work with partners. And this would be done automatically for you, even in the free version. Now, I will move now to some of the more advanced features which require the paid version. And the first one, I already mentioned that in the lead list, you have the different stages of the lead. And at some point, you will win a certain lead. You will qualify it as one. And when that happens, the system automatically changes the status to ready for payout. And you actually have 3 stages, which is ready for payout, paid out, or recurring payment. And you can keep switching between them to keep track, for example, to see, okay, this month I need to pay these guys. And this is the basic version, but we actually have an advanced version of the commissions, which takes those leads and tells you that, for example, in April, you need to pay this partner, this partner, this partner for this lead. This is the estimated value of that lead. This is the percentage. This is the final estimated commission that you should pay. And your role is just to confirm the final value here with your financial team. And once you do so, there will be a request sent to your partner to get the invoice from them for this particular amount. And importantly, you can move leads to next settlement periods, but most importantly, each partner can actually have different settlement periods. So you could have a partner that you pay monthly, you could have one where you pay them quarterly, you can have one where you pay them only once per year. And the system will recognize that and will tell you exactly which month you should pay which partner. Now, the cool thing is that the partners also have access here to a simplified version of this tab. So they will also be able to see how much revenue they are going to be generating in the future with you. And they can actually see, if you imagine leads piling up and basically them adding 10 leads, then 2 of them close, they will be able to see that this is growing with time and they can see that the partnership is beneficial to them. The second thing I want to show you, or another thing that I want to show you, is actually the mass communication feature. And this is something where you have the partner list. On the partner list, you can filter certain partners. So let's go with integration partners, for example, or with strategic partners so that there's less on the list here. Then you can either select one of them or just mass select both of them, and you can send them a message. This message can include a title, a message body, which again can include a link, an image, or a video. And you can also upload attachments or select some of the attachments if you have the file repository set up. Now, importantly, you can define the roles to who you want to send this message to. And to give you an example, you could actually send a message to all of your partners' marketing teams that you are doing you are looking for ideas for, for articles or for ways of collaborating together in terms of marketing. And you don't really have to know their emails. You just select that you want to send it to all the marketing teams, and it will automatically send it to the people who are assigned to this role within the organization. Now, this is a demo version, but if you were in the production environment, you would actually have a list of people you will be sending it to at the bottom. And the idea is to be able to mass communicate with the partners, to give them information like, hey, I'm going to this city for an event, maybe let's meet there. Or, hey, I'm going on vacation next week, here's the person that will be handling the day-to-day. Now, apart from the mass communication, I want to share files with you. And the way that the file system works is that you are able to create different folders, and you can actually assign these folders to different types of partners. So you can have folders that are visible to everybody. You can have folders which are visible to specific type and tier of partner, or you can have folders which are visible to only specific partners, so partner A, B, and C. And you add files to these folders. There you have a more granular permissioning. But basically the idea is to give your partners access to certain files. And think marketing materials, sales materials, badges, certifications, documentation, videos, anything like that. And the cool thing is that when you upload a file, you have a few options. So you can, for example, notify the partners either in their timeline. So this will share with them an internal notification. Or you can actually send them an email if this is something that's a very important file that you want them to make sure that they know about this. And you can also mark the file whether it can be shared with other people publicly. And that basically gives you like a small label here that shows the partners whether they should be able to share it or not. And here under the three dots, if this were a production environment, you would be able to see who specifically downloaded a certain file, and you can see who is actually using the files, which ones are relevant, which ones are being actually used. Now, this is your view of the screen, but the partners would actually see it on their main dashboard under files. So they would have the specific folders and files within these folders. And the cool thing about this is that here you are able to see exactly what they are seeing. So you always know if this partner has access to certain files or folders, and you can see it from their perspective. Now, moving on, we have a reporting section. And the reporting section is something that gives you a general information about what's happening in the partnership. So you can see here that we have a report. Let me just filter out some more dates here. And you will be able to see that the system is telling you that within this period, there are multiple different, data points. So you have a number of added partners. You can see how many of them are actually inactive, meaning that they did not add any leads. How many on average leads are per partner? How many of them are logging in? When were the leads added into the system? How much time on average does it take to close a lead? What's the average lead value? What stage they are in? What partners are most active, and so on. The cool thing about this report is that you can filter it. So you can actually compare different partner managers, how they are performing, or you can compare different countries, how they are performing. You can also export this to a PDF. So you can create a snapshot that you share with your superiors. And the cool thing about the report is that you can actually enable it for your partners as well, so that they will also have a tab like this, where they also will be able to see similar data, obviously focused on their side of the equation, so only showing them data related to the leads that they have in the system. Apart from this, there is two additional things which I should share. And one of them is the partner discovery feature, which is something a little bit more niche, a little bit more innovative. And basically what it does is, if you go into general settings at the very beginning of setting up the platform, you are able to define ICP and IPP, ideal customer profile and ideal partner profile settings. You define which types of companies you would be interested in working with. And based on this information, if you go into the partner discovery tab, you will actually be able to find companies who are not related to you in any way, who are not your partners currently, but basically you will be able to see multiple different companies who you can see how well they fit your organization. If you click on this, you will actually be able to see which specific elements, how well they fit in terms of the specific elements. And you can either send them a message or invite them to the network and basically start the collaboration with them without having to look for their email, without having to look for these companies. You can just quickly find the ones that it is useful to you. And right now there's around 350 different companies to choose from. This is growing quite fast, and basically it's being updated with time, so you can see that more and more companies and people are filling out their data, and with time this will become a very valuable tool for you. Now, the last thing I want to show you is the partner directory. And there's a small chance that this demo will actually not show you the screen. I'm hoping it will. But right now, in the dashboard, each of your partners, as I mentioned before, can update a lot of the different pieces of information about the company. So logo, list of clients, industries or technologies they use, the service they provide, screenshots, a description, and stuff like that. And this data is controlled by the partner. If you have hundreds of partners, you can actually use our system to generate a public directory of partners, which you can add to your website. And it looks a little bit like this. So this is obviously fully branded with your logo and with your colors, but we generate the filters automatically, both these ones and these ones. You have a list of different partners that are available here, and you get to define which partner should be visible or should not be visible. We also have things like maps here, so we can find the nearest partner to you. But the cool thing about this is that if you click on a partner, they actually have a landing page which contains all of the information that they control. So you can see here that they have offices, list of clients, some data, that they have some screenshots, which you can also check in more detail. And basically, within this, you have a publicly listed directory of partners that you add to your website without doing any sort of development work. This is all fully responsive, so you can just add it to your website under a link like check out our partners. And your partners get additional exposure. Apart from that, they have some additional traffic, this visit website link, which actually contains a UTM code so that they will know that it came from you. And the last thing is that people are actually able to contact that partner directly through here by filling out a form. If they filled out that form, it will automatically create a lead assigned to that partner within the system. So you have a way of giving back to your partners. And that's basically it. That's where we are right now. We're growing quite fast in terms of features, and I'm hoping that this was interesting to you. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to explain, and I'll be happy to share how we can implement that to fit your organization. So please let me know if you're interested in a more personalized meeting, and I'll be happy to share and answer all your questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.